Like notes through the hourglass, these are the songs of our lives. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Songs of Our Lives. I'm Brad Rose. I'm an artist, a composer, a writer, the founder of Foxy Digitalis, and someone who thinks about music and sound far more than is healthy. Each week, I invite on a guest to talk about the songs and the music that has meant a lot to them and left its mark. Previous guests include Ben Saratan, geologist, Charmaine Lee, Sarah Hennies, and a whole lot more. This week, I am so excited to have Tristan Allen on the show. I genuinely adore Tristan and their work. They are a artist, a composer, and a puppeteer, which is, one of the many unique things about the art and the worlds that Tristan creates. Their new album, which is the second in a trilogy, Osni the Flare, comes out on March 27th via Revenge. What I love so much about this music, it's more than his music, it's also a puppet show. But the way that Tristan is building is like doing world building, but through sound. I mean, that is, you couldn't get more like in the center of my heart if you tried. And just like listening and experiencing it is such a moving and wild and joyful and fun and heavy experience that, it's just, it's amazing. So this new record, I can't wait to see. I love the new record. I love the first record. I can't wait to see what they do next. But yeah, as soon as this got announced, I had Tristan on my old Seltzer Salon podcast, and that was a joy. And so I knew it's like any opportunity I can talk to Tristan and talk about music with Tristan, I'm gonna take it. So expect a remix episode when the next album in the trilogy comes out. But yeah, this was an absolute delight. I hope you all enjoy it. My guest today is a puppeteer, a composer, a producer, and genuinely, I'm gonna really put it on thick here, but someone who is creating some of my favorite work in the world right now. It's Tristan Allen. Welcome to the show. Woo!
Yeah. Thanks, Brad.
So we're back 3 years later. You were on my other podcast when the first record came out. So now Osni the Flare is out on March 27th on Revenge, and I'm so excited about this. Yeah. So part two of the trilogy. Here we are.
Yeah, we made it.
So I guess a little background. So this one, I think it said it follows a mortal's transformation into a deity through discovering fire, which reading that is just perfection. How did you kind of arrive at this specific story or this specific myth?
Well, the first one, or the first album / puppet show that I made was about kind of, the beginning of a world that I hope to decorate for, as long as I can keep it up. And I've always really liked creation myths, and the way that I tried to tell the first one, it had the sea in the sky, the stars and the moon, the sun. It had all sorts of stuff and little, my way of kind of explaining those things coming to be. But hope, without words, there's a lot of fantasy out there that uses words, and I don't want to do that. One thing I did leave out was fire, and that's a pretty big one. So it became clear that the next album / puppet show I would make would be about the origins of fire, because I just left that one out. And then, the other thing that it tries to talk about is like the first mortal character and the idea of mortality. So those two things together.
Yeah. So you mentioned like you want to build these worlds and tell these stories without words. This is the first one that has like vocals on it. Now it's not lyrics, obviously, but I'm curious, like why not words, or like, you know, like, and by the way, this like wordless melody that's in there, it's pretty incredible.
Oh,
thank you. And I think the liner note said it was inspired by your partner like humming.
Yeah. She hums sometimes, and it reminded me of like of that music in Pan's Labyrinth or in Rosemary's Baby. Right. Just these kind of melodies that if they weren't made by like a human's voice, they wouldn't sound nearly as good. Like that's the only thing that could do them justice.
Right.
I also just like this like the, you know, like what sounds like could be a lullaby, like something a child could sing, or a mother to their child, or I think that's super cool. I don't remember exactly why the no words.
Oh right, yeah.
I really love the reason, I don't know. I think I really love fantasy, and I think the way that most people tackle that kind of genre is with words, whether they're describing a place or world building characters or whatever it is. But I don't write, and I noticed when I was trying to get into reading books when I was a kid, maybe reading Harry Potter, like the sound of the washing machine downstairs was like more prevalent than like the words on the page. Or if I ever went to theater, I always liked the choreographed scenes where they would just like stop talking for just 2 minutes. Those were always the ones that stuck. And yeah, I think I'm like an ear before eye person. And I know I'm not alone in that. And I don't think there's enough fantasy being done for people who kind of look for things outside of them being like dictated.
Yeah, I'm definitely a ear before eye person too. Like I think that's part of what attracts me so much to your work, is because it is this, in a way, it feels like this very novel thing. And you are building these worlds without like describing them in words, but they're still very, to me, like listening, they feel very real and even tactile, which obviously add the puppet aspect to it. Okay. Yes. But I haven't seen the puppet show. So I think that's really, I don't know. I think it's really special. I guess with this record, and it's not a record. I feel weird calling it a record. It's not, like, that sells it short. With this, what do you refer to it as?
I just call it an album and a puppet show.
Okay. With this album and puppet show, let's do that. So like it's a lot more, and you kind of talked about this, like with the humming, like it does feel more childlike. And there is more of like the sort of human quality. I'm curious, was there a change in how you, like when you approached composing this, was there sort of a shift in how you approached it compared to the first one, or not really?
No, absolutely. There was a big shift. The first one took me 7 years, and it was kind of a nightmare. Just like, I really didn't have a good sense of how to get myself to sit in the chair. I think like the whole creative process behind my music making, and then kind of discovering puppetry and like living in that world and figuring out how to tie those two separate parts of my life together were like these really difficult. Basically, I had to solve like the discipline issue, and I had to solve the here are two things that are important to me. How can I do both issue? So I didn't have to do that. Oh, also, I needed to find like somebody to help me get my music into the world. So the business issue.
Right.
I'm really fortunate to be in a much better place with those three things
That's
now.
Good. Yeah.
And I had basically like the format, you know, the knowing that I could get through finishing an album and knowing that I could get through like building the puppets and creating blocking for them and ultimately performing with puppets. It was like a huge change. I got better at working and like sitting in the chair, so to speak. So I think I had more time creatively than I did last time, even though I made it in half the time.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Also, I fell in love, and that had a lot to do with the music. Yeah.
That'll do it. I guess the last thing I'll add, there's a lot of things I could ask, but we don't have all the time in the world. But the last thing, this feels like a good place to end, is that so the album opens and closes with piano, and it's as this sort of portal. And I'm curious why piano sort of holds that specific role in your mythology.
Yeah, it was what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a pianist. I went to school for it. I wanted to be the very best. And it didn't work out that way. I realized I was better. At least I preferred making things than becoming some sort of athlete on an instrument.
Right.
But for me, like my understanding and identity, calling myself an artist started with piano. And who knows, maybe it'll end with piano too. But it's also just, like I just, there have been people that have told me like, I know you're doing this weird stuff, but like, don't stop playing piano. Like there's always that, especially for family, which is great. But I kind of want to respect that in my way too. I don't want to like lose the thing that kind of was my like portal, so to speak, into my life as it is now.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, and I just love how it kind of, it's like it's like this bookend around the whole thing. And
like more narratively or more, it's supposed to be like it's like a portal fantasy. So if you think of the piano as a wardrobe, I think we talked about this last time, but I like to pretend that, or not pretend, who knows, but basically if you open up the bottom of a piano, you can like crawl through it into a tunnel into a different world. So I write all the music on piano, but obviously I don't orchestrate it with piano once the opening and closing aren't happening. So I like to think of it as basically we're in this world and then we crawl into a different one and then we return home.
Love it. Okay, well, I was going to try to think of how to segue this, but it's not working, so we're just going to go straight into it. And we're going to start, as ever, with what is the first song that you remember?
Oh, here we go.
Done.
I'd like to preface all these songs. This was a tough challenge, like answering what song for what, but I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, the first song I remember it's called Oscar Tango by the Penguin Cafe Orchestra.
Wow.
Which is a very high and mighty, like I was really lucky.
Yeah.
I was super, super lucky. So I had there was a family friend who honestly I've never really gotten along with. But I was gonna say let's keep that between us, but then I remembered. Anyways, he made a mixtape of all of these songs from the Penguin Cafe Orchestra and gave it to my parents around the time that I was born.
Wow.
And on this mixtape were like a bunch of songs from the album Signs of Life, which I'm sure he thought was funny, seeing as they were about to have a baby.
Right.
And I think they play this tape a lot because it's amazing music.
Oh.
And apparently, like when they would put it in the cassette player in the car, they told me that I would like smile in the back seat and sometimes like burst out into laughter.
Oh, wow.
As like a little kid. So I was really lucky to have that be, and I think it's like the first thing that if I hear it, I'm like, oh, that's as far back as it goes. And it tickles like a strange, almost like ancient part of my brain.
That's amazing. I mean, especially like just thinking about, because like, one of my favorite groups ever, probably. And like this, there's just something very like whimsical and bittersweet about it. And then just, I don't know, I can hear distant connections between like what they did and do, like in some of the things. It's like it's been there in your brain forever. like it's just like you were meant to be doing this.
I just I think so. I love Penguin Cafe Orchestra.
All right. Well, what is a song that either it makes you cry, or if it doesn't actually make you cry, it makes you feel that kind of way?
The song is called Groung, and it's by Zabelle Panosian. I might be saying that wrong. This is one of my favorite songs. I really like sad music, or I at least try to get people. I like when people cry. I think that's the kind of thing I want to be closest to when it comes to music. I don't know. Anyways, this song is just so devastatingly gorgeous. And I found out about this through somebody that I really kind of fell in love with their work. They're an ethnomusicologist that run a label called Canary Records. Their name is Ian Nagoski. Yeah,
I've known Ian since I was a teenager.
You're kidding.
Ian,
he has left such a mark on me.
He used to be long ago. Was in a band called Astronomius.
Hell yeah, that's an awesome name.
When Foxy Digitalis was like a print zine that I made as a teenager, in the last print issue I ever did, I interviewed them.
No way.
Yeah, and when we crossed paths again, however many years ago with the Canary Records stuff, it's just like, oh my god, this is the same dude that was making weird drone stuff. It's got one of the most important like record labels in the world.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
It's a small world. That's too cool. So like as you probably know, he like specializes in early 20th century American music, but all not in English. I think just so much of music made by immigrants is overlooked, and so much of the records being pressed from like the 1920s to the 1960s was not in English, and a lot of it is completely overlooked, especially by ethnomusicologists in this country. And he doesn't do that. He found this, and hearing it it's almost like sitting in a room with ghosts. It's just so incredible. Just a little bit of backstory that I learned from the singer. She was an Armenian born in the late 1800s in Turkey, and her father sent her away to the U.S. I believe in like the very start of the 1900s to protect her from military men at age 15. Wow. And then the town that she escaped from was like soon after entirely wiped out by the Ottoman Empire during the Armenian genocide.
Jeez.
And then the Armenians in the US like kind of realized that there was no home to go back to. Likely everyone they knew. It's just, and then for this song to kind of happen with that realization, and then just the idea that music has like this power to provide a sense of home. I didn't know any of this stuff when I first heard it. And for the first few years that I would tell people it was one of my favorite songs. But I mean, you can just hear.
It's like all in her voice.
Oh, yeah. I love this song. Yeah.
It's incredible.
And I love the work that people like Ian do.
I know. I think there's just, I don't know. I hope people appreciate it, like, for how special and incredible it really is, but who knows? But anybody who's listening, go like look at Canary Records. Just go to the Bandcamp page, and it is a literal treasure trove of some of the most incredible sounds you will ever hear.
Agreed.
But yeah, this song is, I mean, that whole release is unbelievable, but this song is just, it just feels so, it's like this weird combination of being like really precious and fragile, but so powerful too. Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem possible. Okay, well, on completely opposite side of that, what's a song that'll put you in a better mood?
Yeah, this one is from probably the album I've listened to the most in my life. It's called Mama na Mwana. It's from Tango by a singer and songwriter named Jean Bosco Mwenda. This is from a compilation that I found at this record store when I lived in Boston. And this record store was called Weirdo Records. I went to college in the area and had to go to the place called Weirdo Records. And there was a lady that always was there, who I believe owned the place, who would always be eating like Reese's peanut butter cups. And she was just such a enigma. She was like weirdly somebody I really looked up to. And I saw one day there was a poster on Weirdo Records that she was going to be part of a show. I wasn't really familiar with like, noise stuff at the time. And I went down to this basement and saw her kind of blow balloons with contact mics on them and say, "I am the heavyweight champion of the world." And it was just
amazing,
incredible. And I, started going there more after this experience. And she recommended this compilation album of basically sub-Saharan guitar music from the 1960s. And this was the CD that was that compilation that has the song on it. And I always do dishes to this album. I clean to this album. I pretty much anything I don't want to do, I'll do it to this album. And it makes me think of that scene in Beetlejuice where they're moving into the new house sometimes. And I just moved into a new apartment, so I've been listening to this even more than I normally do. This song is just like so stunningly, it's just, I don't know, it's so bright and makes me
it's like
feel
sunshine.
So good. This whole album.
It's so my only note for this was that this is music that just makes me happy, so I'm glad this was the answer to. Okay, well, everybody's favorite question, not really, but what is objectively the best song of all time?
This is something I refuse to answer. There's just no way. I really tried. Like, I want to tell you, I like wrote a big list. But it reminds me so much of like this question. I used to be really into dinosaurs in elementary school. And we had like a little block on dinosaurs, and I already came into class knowing everything there is to know about dinosaurs, of course. And the teacher was like, "Okay, kids, do you know about dinosaurs? Tell us your favorite dinosaur." And I just remember feeling so insulted by that, because how could something you care about so much, and then you have to like pick one, like it made me so upset. And I said that, and I think she had a stern word with me outside of the class. But right now, I feel like you're filling that role.
I mean, the main reason I put this question in here is just to see how people react to it, because there is no answer. Like, there is no objectively best song of all time. Although I think there's a couple songs on your list that we'll get to that you could make a case for. But
I did write like an attempt. I said like Dawn Chorus by Boards of Canada, Closer by Nine Inch Nails, Useless Resonant by Ilian Radig. I don't know. It's a long. And none of these fit the bill. Right. And they're all just very particular and narrow. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay. Well, what is a song you used to love? But if you hear it, you've heard it recently, if you think about it now, it doesn't really do it for you in the same way.
Dancing Queen. Dancing Queen. I mean, how could you not love that song? It's amazing. And I loved it too. And then it was ruined for me because of a job.
That'll do it.
Yeah. I worked at a place called Oberon, which was like a burlesque club, weirdly owned by Harvard. And every Saturday there would be a show called The Donkey Show. And The Donkey Show is like a Midsummer Night's Dream, but like set in a disco universe,
Yeah.
And every Saturday the Bachelorettes would like come through, and the like Harvard students that want to like point at the weird stuff in the club, and and there's a lot of vomiting, and I was the one that had to mop it up. And they also used a kind of confetti that like sticks in a way that you can't like get the sprinkles out, and everything is sparkly. But in a really gross kind of way. Everything was just, and people were really drunk. And the very last song of the show, of this kind of wild drag, midsummer disco hellscape was Dancing Queen.
That'll do it. Yeah. Yeah, I had the same thing. Well, I mean, it wasn't the same thing. God, it was just a horrible retail job that I worked for a couple of years and hated. But every day, like Peter Gabriel's "In Your Eyes," I can't listen to that.
Yeah,
and it's painful because it's like objectively, it's
of course.
But I hear it and it's takes me back.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, what's a song that people hate? I don't know who these people are. Some group of people. Maybe it's universally hated, but you don't care. You love it anyway.
Yeah, this one would be "Girls Just Want to Have Fun" by Cyndi Lauper.
I think this is one of the best songs ever written.
Yeah, me too. Honestly,
I think a previous guest, I think it was Mark from Pan American. This was his pick for the objectively greatest song of all time.
You're kidding! I love Pan American.
Yeah, that's
so cool. Well,
but yes, people do.
He knows what's going on.
Yeah.
I think I just heard somebody when this song came on in the radio. Somebody I really kind of like tell me, "Oh, I hate that." Like it's kind of been. It's around us a lot. But I never really gave it much thought, but I had like a really kind of profound experience to this song that makes me love it a lot. There is back to the college years, I still have a really awful sleep schedule, but it was particularly bad. And I went to music school there, and I was doing like an all-nighter, I was like either practicing piano or doing homework or whatever I needed to do. And I was just having a really rough go of it. and there was a diner around where I lived on my way to go to school in the morning, and I never really ate there because it kind of closed too early a lot of the time. But I decided to go there, and I had like bacon and eggs, and I hadn't slept, and I was very open to things, I guess, because of that. The Girls Just Want to Have Fun came on in that diner as I was eating. And it was like, especially when that bridge happens, it was like a really cathartic moment of just like, fuck, like, I just want music to be fun. Like, I just want to have fun. I just want, girls just want to have fun,
Yes.
And I think I cried, which I don't normally, I don't know. Yeah. But like, it's a really special song. Really gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I have definitely been in that. I know the sort of frame of mind you're talking about, and I've definitely been there. And there are songs like this that I've had a similar experience. That's all. I guess first of all, do you consider yourself a romantic?
Oh. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I mean, I think
it depends what you mean, but yeah.
Well, it means whatever you want it to mean.
Yeah. Well, then, absolutely.
All right. Well, what is the most romantic song?
I had a bunch of different ideas for this, but I decided to pick a song that I also had like a really intense experience to, just because it gives me something to really talk about. The song is called Miracle Road by In the Nursery. And yeah, like I found out about In the Nursery because they did like the best cover Tear Us Apart by Joy Division.
Yeah.
And I just, it's incredible to me just how they can make some of the best music and some of the worst music. It's always an amazing feat, This is definitely one of the best songs for sure. My partner and I, when we had first met in that first year, she was living in Berlin and I live here in New York City, and she would visit for like 3 months at a time on a tourist visa. And I wasn't always sure if she would kind of if she wouldn't be able to come.
Right.
And I was like waiting for her on a bench after not seeing her for a while coming into New York. And I like listened to this song and I remember experiencing like real genuine butterflies. Like I felt almost like pterodactyls like in my stomach to this song, like bouncing up and down and all around. And it was I think I felt incredibly romantic, and I was very happy at the end of the song to see her. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. So my partner and I, we've been together for 23 years now.
Yes.
And it started out long distance. She lived in Seattle. I lived here. And so we would do the back and forth thing. And I remember we hadn't seen each other for a little bit. And then, it was the opposite. Like I was flying into Seattle and like coming down the escalator at the airport and seeing her wait. It was just like, pterodactyls. That is a great, it's like a full body experience of,
it's incredible. And escalators. Did you remember like how she slowly appeared?
Yes.
That's crazy.
It was straight out of a movie. I mean,
that's unbelievable.
Yeah, God, that was absolute. I mean, it was a lifetime ago. It was over 23 years ago. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Well, let me tell you, it feels like 23 years with this one. No,
I mean, I hear it's like, I mean, we talk about this and how it feels like 23 years and it feels like no time at all at the same time. I don't know. Yeah. It's, but that's how I know that they're my one. So there we go. All right. What is the song that changed your perspective on an artist, either for better or for worse?
This song, I'm just using this song kind of as my perspective on like a whole genre shifted. Gotcha. And this song was one of the songs that like helped in that.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
This song is Serpent by Actress. My identity, I guess since I was 16 was very much wrapped up in my like love for electronic music. And I really, because I was stupid, detested dance music because I wanted the cool, electronic music. I don't know, like I had bad associations with it.
Sure.
And I remember I used to I love electronic music, but not the boom boom kind, or something like that, which is just ridiculous. I love the boom boom kind, and this is like one of the songs that like bridged the gap for me between kind of Makes like sense. Weirder, more like ambient or industrial music into, like what it's all about,
Right. Yeah, because this like track has all of it because it's so weird and disjointed at the beginning, and then the beat comes in and you're just like, oh shit, okay.
And it's got like these goth elements, but it's also techno, and it's like it really like helps me, like, the things that I was familiar with, like open the door to the things that I wasn't. And in this case, it would be, like techno and house and and those things in my adult life are incredibly important. I like dance every chance I get. It's like a very important part of my life is to dance. And I had a friend who told me whenever you hear like the downbeat or the kick drum or something when you go dancing, because I had a hard time moving, to put your heel on the ground. And then if you just make sure that your heel is touching the ground every time you hear a kick, it'll like begin to like move up your body. And if you let it, then your whole body will actually start doing the thing it was meant to do. Not only that, but like, if you step away from that experience and you're in the locker room, so to speak, like the way it sounds through the walls, it feels almost like the womb. And I remember like on a fire escape, he told me, Tristan, like, let's return to the womb. And I think that night, in combination with me listening to this music that kind of bridged the gaps, really opened the door to techno for me. And also might have something to do with the next song that I talk about.
I love that. Yeah. And I mean, who better than Actress? Who's, God,
yeah.
Okay. Like, obviously you write music without lyrics, but are lyrics a thing that you pay attention to that are important to you? Can they make or break a song?
Yes, lyrics are important to me, but it takes a lot of attention and focus and isolating what I would normally. I'm not somebody who hears the song and the words happen first. Generally, the words are the thing that I, in a second or third thing, are the thing that hit me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I definitely,
So then what are your favorite lyrics?
Yeah. So I used to like print out like Leonard Cohen lyrics for my binder in school,
Sure.
just, like I could go and I have a friend who makes music under this band called Dirt Buyer, who I really believe like he just writes the most gorgeous lyrics. There are so many great lyrics, and I feel almost bad picking this one, but I really think these are the best lyrics. It's the song "Let Me Be Me" by the Other People Place. Other People Place is James Stinson of Drexciya. Yeah, it's a techno song, and the only lyrics are "Let me be what I want to be," and they just repeat over and over and over again. And whoa, like those, hearing those things said over and over on top of drums and moving, it's just like when I moved to New York, I like started going to nightlife, to clubs dressed as a woman, like in latex and leather, and just having this kind of at first very daunting task of like getting out of the house and into one of these spaces. And then when you're in there, I don't remember when this happened or what DJ it was. I want to say maybe Patricia or maybe Katie Rex. Those are, but I don't really know. But as the sun was coming up outside, the song "Let Me Be Me" was played. Wow. Dressed as I was, around the people I was around, which were strangers, but strangers that I felt, like I was exactly who I'd always wanted to be. And dancing to that song, like to those lyrics as the sun was coming out outside, like inside, I was like exactly where I needed to be, and I was who I wanted to be.
That's beautiful. Again, that's like straight out of a movie. That's so good. That's so good. I love that. I was wondering what you picked this song for, because I love this song so much, and this is such a good. There is something about the repetition of those lyrics with like that beat and the melody, and it's just, I feel like all of that just makes the lyrics hit so much harder. Like it's like every time he says it, it's just like, it just keeps building and it's so good. So good. Okay. What is the last song you completely fell in love with?
A Point Most Crucial by Carrier. Or I'm going to say this wrong, Die Bakul by Mark Ernestus's Ndaga Rhythm Force. These two songs I'm just putting together. They got drums, and they've got really great drums. And I love drums, and I want the next thing that I work on to be completely wrapped up in drums. Awesome. And these two songs are, you know, when you have to finish something and you can't because you're excited by the next thing. What's happening for me right now is I'm in email labyrinth, metadata, just like I'm trying to make sure that this album does good. So I have to do a lot of stuff on my computer to, toss the coin so that it lands.
The admin.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't help but to just like want to make music with drums. And these songs are really inspiring and pushing me in that direction. A Point Most Crucial by Carrier. You can literally hear the physicality in this song. Like before every hit, you hear almost like the of the thing that's about to hit.
Yes.
Like that you just, for it to be so stripped down for you to acknowledge like the physicality behind like the impact of something before it happens. Ooh, I love it.
Yeah.
And then with the in Daga Rhythm Force, Mark Ernestus is one of the two people in Basic Channel, and they've been a huge inspiration for me. And I just love that this guy ended up somewhere else working with people who understand percussion, rhythm, and things like that beyond, it just, and to hear this kind of, combination of these two worlds that have explored rhythm so deeply in one song. I just really,
it's incredible.
Really love the drums on these songs.
Yeah, no, those are both great choices. And that Carrier record is so good.
Oh, it's so good.
So good. Okay, what's the sexiest song?
The sexiest song. Yeah, I took this one very literally. It's what is used. This so I've lived in cities and with very thin walls, and the for me, like, no matter what a song's volume is, if you're doing like intimate stuff with somebody else, like, it will be very, very loud.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it has any kind of rhythm or dynamics or, God forbid, words, like, those things just like get right. Like, they completely can pull me into that and not into another person,
Right.
So yeah, like, a wall of sound fixes the thin wall issue as well as the like distraction issue. And just on a different, I haven't said the song yet. The song is Untitled by Richard Ramirez. He also goes under the name, or works with others going under the name, Black Leather Jesus or Werewolf Jerusalem. He has many projects. Yeah, and the song Untitled, like, pretty much all of his songs are untitled. Yeah, and if you go through his archive, like, it's endless. And I think it's mortifying music. Like, it's and I think the trust needed between two people to dive into like really scary shit is the sexiest thing in the world, for me. And this music like opens a portal to that, to that like animalistic reality of intimacy. Yeah.
Wow, that's a great answer. Not what I expected this to be the song for the question, but I totally get what you're saying. All right, 2 questions left. What is the song that means the most to you? Not necessarily because of the song itself, but because what you associate it with, who you associate it with, experience, etc.
I think this is also my favorite song.
Okay, so this answer is both perfect.
Yeah, I couldn't differentiate. I think my favorite song is Glassworks 1, like the opening by Philip Glass. I started playing piano at 8, and I was more or less classically trained, and I hated it. I could not stand it, and I was also particularly terrible at it. I just wanted to like skateboard and run around and not be doing anything but playing piano. And then I stopped. Something about, I kind of banged around after I had stopped, and according to my mom, it like yielded better results than when I was doing piano lessons. And she thought there was something there. She found somebody by the name of Andy Iorio. He's a big guy. He like walked through our blue door. He demanded a beverage, like a Capri Sun or whatever we had. And he told me to do what I wanted to do, and then he'd be back in a week. And then after a few years of that, like, piano kind of became my whole world.
Wow.
And one of the few songs that from somebody else that I like learned to play in like these first few years of being taught by Andy was this song, the opening to Glassworks by Philip Glass. And it sounds very full, but in reality, it's just a series of chords played with like your right hand does a triplet and your left hand does eighth notes. So it creates the that like polyrhythm.
Mhm.
And I realized I was good. I think I was better at doing these kind of patting your head and rubbing your stomach. Like that was a skill set that I had. That was actually really good for piano. And this song showed me not only that I could do it, but it also steered me in the direction for the kind of music that I would be making, I guess, for the rest of my life. And yeah, I like owe this song so much because it just like, yeah, it's a song that changed my life. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's such a beautiful, like, emotive piece of music. So, what a perfect place to start. We end with piano. I mean, that's
there we go. Did we start with piano? I don't remember. Yeah, there's piano in the
Cafe Orchestra
in the first song. Yeah, there we go.
We start with piano and end with piano. Well, this was an absolute joy. Thank you so much for doing this. So, Osni the Flare is out on March 27th. Do you have shows or anything coming up that you want to mention, or maybe they haven't been announced? I don't know.
Yeah, they haven't been announced, but you best believe I'll be doing this show up and down and all around if I can.
Beautiful. All right. Well, everybody, go get the album because you need to. Once again, thank you to Tristan Allen for hanging out, and it was such a good time. It was such a joy. I look forward to it every time. Osni the Flare, March 27th, on Revenge International. You don't want to miss it. You don't. It's that simple. Listen to Tristan's picks, the playlist in the show notes. As always, thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, leave a review, a rating. I don't know, all that crap on wherever you listen to podcasts because it helps. And if you like the show a little bit extra and you want ad-free, longer episodes for as little as $3 a month, patreon.com/Foxy Digitalis. But really, thanks for listening. Until next time, keep on listening to whatever the hell you want.